Hey
Alright
guys.
guys, welcome back to another YouTube video with your favorite learning fives. We're here with a makeup tutorial today. We're on Summoner's Rift. Denna, break down what we're going to do today.
Alright, so I'm about to use my summoner spell Flash to flash on some blush and start this foundation for a great cast. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fantastic, and you guys know what time it is. It's time for a Learning 5 show match. This is the coach and staff show match.
It
In
is actually
theory,
just staff.
just staff, coaching support, coaches. I mean, it's like the same thing, kind of, really,
You're
maybe.
just missing the support, and as we all know,
Yeah.
supports don't matter, as I'm about to show you.
As he's about to show you, we're getting into game. You might notice we didn't say picks and bans. It's just picks because this is now season 1. We don't have any bans. There's no draft pick. We're just playing, right? The
Oh,
champs have already
absolutely.
been pre-selected, in fact, because this was a Nemesis draft game,
It
and
was
then
actually only Nemesis draft in the mid lane. All the other lanes are perfectly
oh,
normal.
okay, there we go. So they were doing Nemesis draft, and then they stopped. So the mid laners, men of honor, decided to really go forward with it, you know? And let me tell you what, when you got a Maokai versus a Zac, that's really important. You need to believe in each other. You need to know that the other person believes in you. And unfortunately, we do not have the world's best misfortune versus the world's 15th best misfortune, but we do have the world's best Smite Corki versus the world's best misfortune. So,
Look, Miss Fortune, she has two guns, but
okay.
Corky has a full dog. Like, dogs, everyone knows on the internet that dogs are better than two guns.
I mean, I can confirm dogs are better. Like, okay, if you're out there and you think that dogs aren't better, you should send some mail to us. We're at the BBC at 1 London Grove, Downer Street, something like that. You'll
Something
find
like
us. Just
that.
look us up online. Yeah.
Yeah.
But send some email and send some snail mail too, because the email is just to verify that we got your snail mail.
Yeah,
And
send us an email to this address.
to this address, yeah,
To the physical address. Send
to
us
the
an
physical
email.
address. Print it out and send it, and then we'll email you back. And let us know what you think if two guns are better than dogs, because I guarantee you, nobody's gonna have a problem with this, right? And
Yeah, this is
especially with the corgis,
oh,
right?
absolutely.
Corgis are far and away the cutest dogs out there. They're not the best dogs, because every dog's the best dog.
Yeah. Not all dogs are good boys, you know? Some are good girls.
That's true. Yeah.
And as you can see, we're loading onto the Rift. Specifically, I'm loading onto the Rift. I'm about to
I'm not loading onto the
1v9.
Rift yet. You're not loading onto the Rift yet either, chat, because in fact we're actually doing a new strat. This is actually called time travel. And we've been hiding this because
Oh,
honestly,
incredible.
we didn't have this worked out, right? Riot Games always said we just gotta hide it. We can't show you guys the secrets of time travel, but we've finally done it. We managed to insert a caster into the actual game that he is casting.
This is
That's never happened.
insertion.
This has never happened before in the history of Dota. And so the fact that we managed to pull this off is just groundbreaking. I wanted you to be here to see it. So Den is going to give us the play-by-play before the play-by-play gets here, and then we're going to break it down.
Yeah, absolutely. And as the play-by-play in the game, I am a live reporter on the scene, buying some items, looking at the map, and I am surrounded by idiots, just jungle and idiots.
Ooh.
I'm exploring the wilderness, and I have to say, it's not looking good.
Well, you should have brought enough teleport tabs, because if you're exploring the wilderness and you don't have the right games necklace, I mean, you're not getting out, right? You need to be level 25 or below in order to even leave. And that's before you complete the diaries. After the diaries, 35, then you can escape using certain things. Whatever, it's fine. But yeah, for right now, he ain't getting out.
All right, my idiot support just killed himself.
Oh, unfortunate.
Oh my god. It's like I'm playing solo queue all over again.
Yeah, that's real
Oh, you
unfortunate.
didn't get the ward either? Perfect.
Okay,
I'm landing some sick poke. All right. This is an easy game. You know, this tree is hitting me.
There's a total of 6 smites in the game. That's a lot of smites.
And we
That's
have
a
4,
lot of
and they
smites.
only have 2. So I'm going to tell you right now, we have them beat already.
If you guys lose a Baron, what's going to be the team mentality? What's going to be going on there?
Oh, you know, this team mentality, we're sitting strong already. They're listening to the calls.
Nice.
Live from the scene, despite our first blood death, you know, we're still... This team's
Spoiler alert. Yeah, that's a spoiler alert, and we're gonna break down exactly how that first blood happens. So as soon as we get there, we're gonna let you guys know how the first blood went.
Oh man.
We're
All right.
still loading into the game for everybody else.
Fantastic. You know, I just finished leashing my dog jungler, and it's looking good right now. Heading to
Nice.
lane. Will not miss any farm. For every farm I miss, I will donate to the Learning 5 stream.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
I
cool.
just missed 3 farm. Oh, only 2. Okay, this is fine. This
Okay.
is fine.
Okay. 2 farm, and every time he donates, we're gonna have poggers. So that's 2 poggers already in chat. Now, for the rest of you guys, right? You're wondering, what does this have to do with anything, right? This is showing you exactly how adaptable our staff is, right? They're not just good at the game, or in some cases, fantastic at the game. Because remember, if you're
Oh,
not high
obviously.
elo, silver 3+,
Silver 3
can't
plus,
really
high elo.
silver 3+, according to Reddit. So yeah, if you're not silver 3+, you're not qualified to actually even talk about League of Legends. You're not allowed. It's illegal, in fact, to even comment on the state of the game. So I've checked my ranks, and I cleared. I'm silver 2. So now
Oh,
we're gonna
wow,
be
high
able to get in.
elo.
Yeah, high elo for sure.
Challenger.
Absolutely high elo. So as
Reddit
we load
armchair
onto the Rift
analyst.
a second time, I
Oh
want to
my
ask our
god.
reporter on the ground, how's the team mentality? Are you guys all holding together? The 4 smites
Oh,
bringing you to a good
absolutely.
pace? You jungle
We've
clear?
s- we've actually smited the enemy mental. Their mentals boom from our smites. We've
That's a big play.
shattered their brains. They
Oh,
honestly have no idea what to do.
you know what that is? That's a huge brain play. Big IQ right there.
Giga brain. All right,
Big
we're
brain,
moving
right?
across the map. We're
And
exploring unfound territory, and honestly, we're just chopping down some trees. You know, it's
nice.
lumber season.
It's Dota, right? Tango
Yeah.
eat the tree. Tango
Tango
eat
eat the tree. The tree has been felled. I repeat, the tree's been felled.
Oh, okay. If the tree's going down, Lorax is gonna come for you. I'm just letting you know. Those words, they're gonna be kind of fierce, and we're actually getting to see that first blood. Talking about that support,
Yes.
walking straight in. The ghost not gonna help him out. He has to use it, and
The
he's
ADC
dead,
definitely
Jim.
did not just call for the invade there. That would not be what the ADC.
No. That'd be impossible.
No, never.
And that's a really unfortunate death. Unavoidable, of course. You have to invade at every game, so
Oh, absolutely.
there's nothing you can do, right?
It's how you establish your dominance.
Just look at this. Look at this little corgi. Look at this little corgi, dude.
So cute.
It's just dancing.
Look at the butt.
Look at the butt. Look at that.
And I have to say, live from the scene, our map rotations are currently superior to our enemy team.
Nice. For those of you who don't know, they actually implemented buff tracking in Spectator Client finally. Yeah, that's right. It's amazing. If you ever are in Spectate and you hit the N key marked with 3 lines on it in a sort of triangle formation like a Z turned sideways, it shows up and a little thing right above the minimap, and then you can track all of the buffs across the map, no more depending on your boosted color caster to know when they're actually going to be up.
Alright, counting the buffs is lame. You don't need to track them. Just when they spawn, just kill them. That's it.
Exactly.
That's all it is to it.
That's it, right? There's nothing else to it.
My blob is disintegrated. Typical mid laner.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens when you get too many Jello shots, right? The Jello loses its integrity.
Oh, yeah. The integrity is just falling apart.
Absolutely. And some of you might remember a huge love hammer from last couple show matches, of course. Moonflower, potentially a double agent, I've heard.
Potentially?
Yes, potentially a double agent. I've heard rumors that he might or might not be reporting from the scene live. Not super sure what's going on with that.
I feel like those are just gossip, like some
That's
rumor
probably
being
just
spread
gossip.
around. It's not
Don't know
the
anything about it.
thesis.
Yeah, absolutely know nothing about that. But this show match breaking out as it currently is, I mean, you just look top lane, right? And you know what dogs are afraid of?
What are dogs afraid of?
They're afraid of the dark.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and that's bad
I
news.
mean, really?
That's bad news, right? Because if your dog's afraid of the dark and you put him in a top lane with just darkness, like the literal embodiment of darkness, he's
Oh,
gonna
that'd be
get scared.
awful.
He's not gonna
Yeah,
be able
real
to stack
scary.
well. And that's a huge problem, right? If he can't stack well, he's not gonna grow big and strong and be able to give you the best cuddles.
Yeah, we need a stacking doggo.
It's true. Roam from the mid lane, unopen, opening the tree, or at least
Yeah.
attempting to.
This is the felling of the tree. You can see the movement of the bot lane here, and Ilk, the brand jungle
the
here.
entire bot lane came up. Wait, when did that happen?
Absolutely, the entire rotation is here. The 4-man onto Meme here, and the tree is felled.
Yeah, perfect. And the second flash over the wall.
Oh, this is a disaster.
It's a disaster.
This is a disaster.
Everything's falling apart at the seams right now, and that's it's not what you want to see. They keep roaming. The bot lane's not done yet. They're top lane now, and they're gonna push into the turret. This reminds me of the turret trade parts of the LCS. If you guys were around for that, when they used to literally just send 4 members and take the turret down. Not 5 minutes yet though, which makes this super difficult to pull off. So
it was exactly the play. We gave the world's best Misfortune some open space, and honestly, doesn't feel like she did anything with it.
Yeah, I mean, the real thing is, watch this. Ilk from behind. He's diving the turret and diving 1 versus 1 onto this Zyra. That's a great play because when you have a jungle Zyra, you need to put her behind. This is the exact right time to do it too, because if you wait any longer, she might actually have time to farm the jungle. Speaking of farming though, look at that bot lane. 32 CS onto the Misfortune. Best Misfortune NA for a reason. Get some mid lane trading.
So,
a little bit too much.
That Misfortune farming.
Very small Zac.
This Misfortune farming.
About disintegrations. Things might have spoke too soon. He smites him out, and that's why you bring the smite for the mid lane. Zac minions are free gold to the Maokai. Nimhane gets himself a kill, answers it back. The gold lead after that massive roam from the bottom lane, actually in the favor of the purple side, which actually we didn't get the names for these 2 teams. I'm not sure they have names. I'm not sure they want to be identified in public, actually.
Well, we're going to expose them live on the scene, and I'm scouting it out. On this monkey team, we have a huge love hammer in the top lane.
No, the team names. We can see the players.
Oh, we can see the players. What are the team names? I don't know if we can leak those. That is top classified information.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely no way we can get around that.
That's a disaster, and nothing to be done about it.
There's just nothing. Look at this. Nothing to be done about the Misfortune. Just getting run down by this Corki. Best Misfortune NA. And he's losing to a dog. 2 dogs on the map. Vote for your favorite of the 2 goodest boys, and you can't pick one. By the way, in the voting booth, you get a piece of paper, and it says both. Yeah. And there's no other option. There's no other option. That's it. There's only one option. Both. There's a Nasus in the game, but it's not Swift thinking emoji. Me too, random Twitch chat. Me too.
Yeah, you know,
more shove.
Nasus was just too scary.
More dark. Oh, it's spooky. Not spooky enough. Nasus walks away from that, and that's the wrong time in the wrong place in that bottom lane. Look at how many people they have coming down for this one, and it's a party. Everybody's invited, especially the Nasus. He's invited back to Anti-Gravity's place for drinks and accoutrement. Look at that. He almost gets killed, but gets out instead. This is it looked good until it didn't, right? And that 50 CS lead, 25 in the bottom lane, starting to matter a lot, actually. Now, we're going to go live to our on-the-ground reporter to ask, has the recent development of Summoner's Rift charging you more for the same items affected your gameplay? What do our viewers on the street think?
So interviewing the rest of the players here, live on the scene, I can tell you that we truly are infuriated. We are upset about the inflation prices, you know? In my day, we could use a singular gold piece and purchase a full Triforce. Now, it costs a lot of money. And frankly, people are mad. People are upset about it, and we will not stand for it.
And as you can see, our total consensus from our viewers on the street of 1, right? That's exactly what we needed to see, right?
That is a 100% response.
It's 100%. 100% of everybody agrees. So obviously, that is fact. That is truth. We're gonna take it as such.
This is factual reporting. In fact, we can shorten down the factual reporting to F, and then it's F reporting, right? And then it's on the scene, so it's O, and then it's extremely true, so it's X. So we can shorten this down, this factual, on the scene, extremely true information to Fox.
Genius.
Fox News.
Now, I don't want you to get the impression that we are actually biased. So let me tell you what. We got something else for you, and that's watching Anti-Gravity live. That's right, you can watch these guys live, see if they're actually doing well. The answer is the Misfortune's doing well.
This
Locke
Misfortune,
has,
you know, we're just stuffing the
Locke.
turkey here. So the plan here is, from what I've been told, the plan here is we just give Misfortune all the money that she wants, and then she doesn't know what to do with it, and she'll just give it back to us. And with this huge lump sum investment, there's really no way to lose.
Yeah, and if you don't believe us, just look at our tagline, our other tagline, which is the Completely Neutral News Information Network.
Ah, yes. I believe I remember that one as well.
Yeah, and oh, look at that booty shake, but it's not cute enough to resist Sona's
Truly a
destruction.
tragedy.
It happens, right? Everybody's there. Everybody's on a ship. You know, you're in the middle of the Aegean Sea, and you hear a beautiful song. You just gotta jump overboard. You gotta dance to it, and then you just end up dying. And some people don't know how it happens. You know, they'd like to call it random acts of God. The insurance, though, they don't see it that way, right? They see it as you just not looking out for those sirens. And the reason that you don't look out for them is because Team Siren always win.
Oh, absolutely.
Team Siren can beat the Nocturne, though. Because this is God King Bike.
Oh, Michael on the Nocturne is
Used to be known as the Bicycle, but he actually has more than 2 wheels in his repertoire. Look at this. 4-wheel drive all the way into the turret. No slowing down, and that's what we're looking for, right? It's perfect traction at all points in the game. Quadra kill never to be completed as he drops Locke. Will have to be satisfied with only 4 of those kills. And getting his team a massive gold lead to boot. He's up 2,500 gold over his compatriot. You know, we talked about it. We talked it up a lot, actually. The fact that this Corki isn't actually winning, mind-boggling. I have no idea how that is. You know, it's almost like he's splitting his time between on-the-scenes reporting and playing the game.
I truly have no idea how this could be possible, you know? It's like, I thought we established this in loading screen. It's...
Yeah, there's just no way you could sneak somebody onto the Rift. It's impossible. Right?
This is absolute just superior playing.
Totally secure areas, right? We have an agency that just does that. It's the TSA for Riot, you know what I'm saying? They obviously protect everything.
Yeah.
So
I feel very protected on the scene. You know, my agent's really here making sure that I'm okay.
Yeah.
And frankly, I feel very safe. Like,
yeah, it's good. That's exactly what we've been going for here at Riot Games.
Oh yes, just safety and protection.
Not associated with Riot Games in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, absolutely not. We're not playing the game. We're not on the Rift. No association at all.
None whatsoever. We don't play this game, right? Nobody's playing this game. In fact, this is actually a Dota mod called Tears of New Earth, and it's just been reskinned to look like League of Legends because we didn't want to get copyright struck when we put up the Twitch VOD.
Yeah. I believe it.
So any similarities to any person's fictional or fictional are completely false, and this is a completely original game.
And absolutely unintentional.
Absolutely unintentional too, 100%. You know, that's really unfortunate. You know, the Misfortune roam down at the perfect time is really unfortunate because you'd think maybe if that had happened some other time, as in never, it would have been a lot better for their bottom lane, right? Now the Misfortune is on 13 stacks, and the Misfortune has 10 kills, 203 AD, a level 9, right? Low on CS, admittedly, pretty low on CS, but a little bit of extra gold to compensate from the kills that she's got.
Yeah, and on the scenes right now, we're hunting the trees. The wilderness is truly a dangerous place.
Yeah, they are hunting the tree indeed. You can take a look at this right here, right now.
Yeah, very soon it'll come up.
3, and hey, if you bring 3 lumberjacks, eventually the tree's got to go down. Intense typing intensifies. That's how you know it's intense.
Yeah, and honestly, you can say that the saplings truly do fight back, and we can say that Nimhain speaks for the trees. Because the trees are not saying some very nice things to me.
Yeah, they the trees are they're alive with the sound of salt. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think it was possible to naturally produce this much NaCl in one location, but they managed it, right?
It's
That
salt
is, no, think about it, right? Morton's Salt Company is going to be so upset because all they do is salt. As somebody else has got a lock on that, how are you supposed to compete, right? It's super cheap because everybody plays this game. And there are how many trees on Summoner's Rift? If every tree on Summoner's Rift is producing NaCl at the exact same time, that's a lot of free salt.
It's really just filling up the map here. It's overflowing. The salt that I'm seeing, it's a natural wonder.
I mean, we talked about, you know, the 7 wonders of the world in our last vlog on YouTube. We were actually talking about the fact that you can make yourself look like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And you can make yourself look like the Hanged Gardens of Babylon, right? We did a couple face painting videos on those, but
yeah, in
most
these
importantly,
10 tips and tricks.
The tips and tricks, right? But most importantly, if you can make yourself look like a salty player without being salty, that's the biggest win. Because in reality, you've got to love the game you're playing, or else there's no point in playing.
Absolutely.
Now, I know someone who loves the game he's playing. It's this
yeah,
Sona,
really
because after all, the Corki might like the game, but Sona obviously loves the game, right?
Yeah,
As soon as he goes in, instant turnaround, instant secure of that kill.
you know, real unlucky, in fact. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes
very unlucky.
it's just the misfortune in the most random place at the worst time possible, and it truly could not be predicted.
No, absolutely not. There's no way to predict anything.
You know, like warding.
Right? Well, good flash, actually. Prediction by Anti-Gravity to know that he would flash over the wall and then to chase after him. God King Michael, now the only one with the ultimate. He's prepping, he's looking, doesn't have the sight onto Locke, so he will live again. The 700 gold bonus bounty remains to be claimed, and fortunately for Michael, he's still going to get jumped onto the turret, and he's still going to get brought down. The tree has had enough of being brought down in the forest. The Lumberjack is the one who feels the axe this time.
We're indeed here, and he's speaking for the trees. And the salt mine trees are really not liking the harvest of their fruit.
Oof, that's not good. You know, it's really not good because salt's a way of life, right? It just is. You know, you watch that Discovery Channel special. Salt's a way of life.
Exactly, and I can say safely that salt is the way of life of 5 players here.
5 players seems like a little bit of a conservative estimate. After all, everybody here plays League of Legends. Everybody in chat plays League of Legends too. So, a couple more players.
Okay, at least 10 players. Maybe
at least
more
10
than
players. Minimum of 10 players. I think that's a very conservative estimate, but I like it.
10 players per game of League of Legends are Salt fans. Have Salt as their way of life.
And remember, the Not Biased Broadcasting Corporation, also known as NBC, is what you're listening to here live on air. And if you don't believe us, if you don't think this is real League of Legends, go check our page out at esportsextreme.com, ESEX, and you guys can get that free. It's great gaming news. We stopped posting a little bit ago, but if you guys are really dedicated, bring it back up.
Oh, absolutely. It's completely factual, only whole-sourced information.
There's the only truest of sources were ever posted to that site. I guarantee nothing false was posted there. And remember, you too could earn a 5.5k commission bonus if you bring us some new sources.
So there is currently a
Dog versus Darkness again. The tale as old as time. The song
as old as rhyme.
Yeah, and that was unfortunately for them, the song of their demise. And that's a funeral to go for 5. In fact, if Anti-Gravity does go down, he might, just might, but not today. Locke is sadly going to be left holding the check, holding the bill. Picks up some of the tab by reclaiming the gold and putting a lien on these towers, actually claiming the rest of the building for himself as well. He's just taking the rest of the properties. He does not care. He wants his money back. It's his money. And Locke needs it now. Let's be real.
it's really time to collect. Honestly, this blue team, this stuffed turkey strategy, I feel like we should be collecting soon.
That's true. Yeah. And collect they shall. They're going to attempt to do their best with a 3-man Nocturne ultimate, spreading the Fork of Justice, the Fork of Darkness, in fact, the rest of their base. But as it comes to shambles, as it crumbles under the might of the purple side, we must remember to never forget the Alma.
Never forget.
Never.
And honestly, it is truly baffling how well we came back from that game. And we're breaking down the Nexus here, and it looks like blue team is actually going to come away with the win.
In just 3 short minutes, we should see this actually come true. So
absolutely. Completely factual, on the scene, extreme casting. And tell me a bit about what else we see on stream here.
Well, this is basically believable casting, right? We're talking about, you know, the essentials of League of Legends. You know, it's just what you need to know.
Yeah,
and what you need to know right now is blue team is in a very winnable game state, right? Only down 10k gold. That's
super
easily
winnable.
comebackable, right? We're talking like 1 kill, maybe 2 tops. And so if you're looking for only 1 or 2 kills, that's real easy to find. You just got to get the misfortune, like 6 more deaths, and bam, that's 2 kills, right?
Easy.
That's it. Done. Easy. So in just 2 short minutes, we should see that come true. Before the Baron even comes up, remember, this misfortune is going to have a lot to contend with, and that's because we know the future. If we don't know the future, if this doesn't go well, we're actually going to be forced to cut the remainder of the budget for our on-site casting. So fingers crossed that this goes well.
Oh, that would truly be a disaster.
It would truly be a tragedy. If we had any on-site casters, if we could sneak them past Riot's gates.
If it were to hypothetically happen that our on-site casters would actually lose the game, that would be a tragedy.
Absolutely inconceivable. And what else is inconceivable is a way for Ilk to get out of this situation. He will go down. That's the first kill. The second kill might come in, but this time around, it's Unopen who turns it back. Look at how bulky that man is, how wide his shoulders are, and he's going to live.
How tall is he? Where does he? What sport does he play? What school does he go to?
I mean, what he plays for is the University of the Dead. And unfortunately for him, the rest of his teammates are going to be getting full rides to that one as well. They fall, and Crystal Ball, the minority report that we got, is incorrect completely. Nobody actually committed a crime. No blue team actually won. They're actually going to make it entirely through this game. And the only thing we're going to see is a potential forfeit. Oh, I hear it being called out in chat. That would have to be very soon because they are indeed into the base.
Yeah.
Oh,
record scratch, freeze frame. You might be wondering how I got in this situation. Yeah, that's me, the Corky, right there.
And how indeed did he get here? The only thing I can say is that the Zyra does go down, and that will be game number 1 of our best of 2 series. Stick around for another YouTube video for Learning Fives. We'll be back right after these messages.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to receive a notification whenever yeah. That's it. Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Right now we are live on the streets, vlogging it out. I'm actually walking down the lane of Summoner's Rift as we speak. I see the coffee shops on my left, and I see the Total War on my right. And I'm joined by Zeta. What's up, man?
I mean, uh, game 2.
Game 2. And we have some
They just
spicy
kind of picked me
picks.
up off the street and they just gave me a microphone and they told me to cast this. I don't even know what we're doing here.
I
But
believe.
hey, I'm getting a Starbucks coffee out of this deal, so we're gonna go through it. Yeah, let's do it.
It's a great deal, honestly.
Yeah, a whole Starbucks coffee too. Not even a latte, like a real coffee. You know what I mean?
Oh my god. So
Actually worth.
it's like $2. Might as well
Don't
just
think about
throw
the
in your
fact it's
fee.
$2. Think about it's more caffeine, which means it's one step closer to the grave.
All right. So looking at it, we're gonna do a big boy cast.
Give me
It's
that.
gonna
Give me
be
that
great.
rundown of these two teams, their picks. You got
So
two identical picks, and you want to tell me about these? You want to tell me a little bit about how this came to be?
I think we decided that we were doing a support only, which is gonna be
Nice.
fun. Um, we've got a really strong bot lane here, at least
Actually,
on the red side that I'm casting, because I have no idea what's on the blue side right now. But
okay.
this Blitzcrank Tom Kench combo.
I actually
Should...
think that's the weaker of the two bot lanes, and you'll see why in a second.
Oh
Yeah,
my!
yeah,
Wow! Wow, that's
yeah.
gonna be great.
It's Yumi, the 100% pick ban Yumi from the EU and NA and KR regions recently, and with Sona. So some of the strongest poke lanes in the
Fantastic.
world. If she gets pulled, though, basically no escape, right? There
Literally,
are flashes on both of them, which is very surprising. Yumi generally doesn't take a flash for the reason that you're essentially AD in this situation would have it, but maybe this is the legendary take flash, never go inside somebody Yumi.
oh my gosh.
Heard rumors. I've actually seen it in a ranked game, and
I can
it
believe
performed
it.
exactly as expected.
Yeah, and honestly, I think this bot lane matchup is actually pretty close. Like, I think it's a skill base for us at least. Like, if we can
Mhm.
land the hook, then it's pretty solid. Because the combo with the Tom Kench, we should get some pretty consistent stacking. And so, honestly, I'm not too worried. Actually, yeah, I'm super not worried because I'm the one playing Blitzcrank, and everyone knows that I don't
Okay.
miss hooks.
He wins those. He does win those.
But looking at the rest of the map, we can see this top lane, this Soraka Leona. It doesn't feel so hot for Oh, hold that thought. One moment.
Hold that thought. Hold
One
those.
moment. One
Don't punch
moment.
that browser.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. We're still waiting.
Uh, all right. Just wait 3 minutes, and then we can figure it out. But man, that was a interesting level 1 play.
All right.
And
Interesting level 1 play is going to come up here in
yeah,
just a second.
we just follow this bot
And
lane
what I'm going to
pathway.
do, we're actually going to have it switched up. Instead of actually, we lost our budget. We can't actually have somebody on the streets anymore.
Oh, darn.
So, in fact, we now have promoted him to an analyst position
Oh,
in
lovely.
stage. So, we actually have an on stage analyst with us. So, every time a play goes down, we're going to ask him exactly what happened and try to get an interview with some of the players as the game goes on.
Okay.
So
It
as we
really,
load on the Rift, keep in mind just two things. Remember to like, favorite, subscribe, and tweet about this video. I'm an influencer, obviously. Learning Fives is an influencer of the world, of the community at
yeah.
large, and we love to be known as such. Uh, if you don't agree, again, send snail mail to us
I
at
think it was
the
like
White House.
Buckingham
The
Palace
mail
or
service
something.
knows where we live. You know, just send
Yeah.
it to at the White House. Title it "Learning Fives." We'll get your mail. Um, we're actually a subsidy of the Treasury Department, if anybody didn't know. And the Treasury Department mail obviously goes to the White House because it has to, right?
Yeah,
It's a
the
White House, letters are white. So they go through there.
it all becomes clear to me now.
And the White House is actually a post office, if people didn't know. So
It's just a
yeah.
big post office.
It's just one big post office. Presidents live there because they get their mail faster through Amazon.
Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty sure the Amazon Prime is one of the best to the White House.
Yeah, the Amazon Prime is the reason this country was founded, I'm pretty sure. Like, think about it, right? Why are we talking about the land of opportunity if we ain't talking about same-day shipping?
Yeah, honestly, that truly is when you know you've made it.
If anyone thinks I'm fronting for Amazon, no, Amazon is Amazon.
It's a interesting company to say the least.
If people
And
if people start delivering stuff with drones though, remember that drones are an all-you-can-steal buffet of free technology. So best thing
pretty
to do
much.
would be to order a butterfly net off Amazon and then catch the drone that delivers your butterfly net.
Oh my god, that is big
That's a big
plays.
play.
Wow.
Okay,
Holy
so
moly.
here's that level 1 we were talking about.
Ah, yes. So
It's a
you can.
fully visible invade. The
Oh,
bush is
lovely.
warded. Red team is walking straight through it. They've set and try. It's fully warded. They know what's coming up. But they don't know that unopen is here and 1v3ing them. They've actually made kind of they've made an underestimation of the power of red team. And that underestimation leads to a kill for them.
Yeah.
Because they really didn't think that the invade would keep going.
Yep,
So
and neither did I.
sometimes it happens, you know? So
It is what
how
it
did
is.
that play break down? You know, what exactly caused them to go in for such a strange invade timing?
See, so after interviewing with the players, I can tell you that basically what happened was the Blitzcrank pinged, the Tom Kench flashed over the wall, and then the Blitzcrank hooked the Leona and then promptly died. And our Mento's never been stronger.
Hmm.
And that's essentially the live breakdown, or 3 minutes live breakdown of the game, of the play. And
That's
you really
fair.
have to think about how that level 1 kill really influences this bot lane that we were talking about. With this Sona Yumi, and you can imagine that it probably would not be a fun time, especially because this Blitzcrank really wants to land those hooks.
Yeah, and generally, if Blitzcrank doesn't land the hooks, it's such a difficult time to do anything. You know what I mean? Right?
Oh,
If you're
absolutely.
not landing hooks, if you're not actually, accomplishing much of anything, it's just such a difficult game because that's always the hardest part, right? It's did the Blitzcrank beat me or did the Blitzcrank outplay himself?
Pretty much. It's not really a skill check on you, it's a skill check on if the Blitzcrank hit the hook or not.
Yeah, and this go around he has not hit the hook yet, so we're still waiting. As soon as it happens, you'd have to expect a flash to be first, right? Even if
Absolutely.
Locke is the one that gets pulled, if he does indeed need to W into the Sona, right? That's super risky. Anti-gravity getting soloed out. Look at that play, Neemhane. All of the damage in the world. The Leona underestimated by the Fiddle. Both summoners used. Both of them connect. And that's a kill in basically unanswered fashion. Ilk with the very interesting level 2 gank bottom lane. He's sitting here with 2 camps taken. He's got a binding to his name, but they don't have a pull to connect with.
Yeah, and honestly, it was a awkward gank path if we look at it again. And if we think about it, it really was doomed from the start. And I think he continues to play right here,
Yeah.
sitting in the bottom bush. Truly is a long continuation of a play that we can see potentially will not net any gain for them.
Yeah, it doesn't. And that's actually very interesting because the fact that it didn't net any CS for him means that the Tom Kench is free to respond to the other side of the map, right? You just saw their jungler. You know where he's at. He's down in the bottom side taking the scuttle. So you're free to go up towards the Leona, trying to apply some pressure. The Soraka, surprisingly not doing very well in this long lane. I would expect Soraka to do a little bit better. Maybe it's due with the Sapphire Crystal start, though. And that's because Sapphire Crystal start top Soraka, generally not the strongest thing in the world. You want some of that damage. You need a little bit more than what you currently have. And he spits him out directly into Leona's path. What were they thinking? But what they were thinking was just too much greed and not enough time. And Dayer does indeed eventually get that kill, but it's at a heavy price. They pay the 1-for-1 toll, they trade out the kills and get the Leona down, but Soraka's got TP, Leona's got nothing, so she's gonna take a long time to walk back to this lane. The Ignite almost brings down Leona in the mid lane, but again, you talk about the 3-man rotations. They're trying to get these tri-lanes pushing with very unconventional strats, and it's just not paying off. The tankiness in the short lane, super hard to bring this Leona down.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we were talking about how it's sort of like a bully lane, right, for this Soraka, this ranged matchup. But in the end, it's like the Leona really does not get bullied out. You just take the damage and then you kill the Soraka. Like it's not that hard. But now, tell me what's going on right now. Let's see what's happening.
Okay, so what's going on right here, right now, right here, right now, right here, right now. Unopened dies. They get one back, but that's going to be most likely dropping. The flash has to be committed, and that's the 2-for-1 trade. Again, all of these beneficial trades going in the favor of the blue team. They are most definitely hungry for a win in this situation. It's all because of the fact that purple side's AD, right, the best misfortune in the world, just didn't show up.
Yeah, and they really are not.
Best misfortune NA, excuse me. Not best misfortune world, I misspoke, but best misfortune NA. Good execute though, anti-gravity.
Yeah.
Finds himself in a tough situation and makes the best of it. Gets out, in a sense.
In some sort of a manner. It's a way out. Perhaps not the best way out, but it is a way out.
Definitely not the best way out, I would say. Because the best way out, you'd expect it to be...
just like walking, backing, you know.
Well, getting out without having to spend a death timer. And failing that, I mean, this is the second best option, right? You didn't actually lose much of anything because, yeah, you committed a lot, right? So your timing is off for your, minions. You lose time, you lose CS, you lose experience, but so does your laner. He's the one chasing you, along with some of the other people on the map. So it's just about whether or not that's actually worth it. And in this case, when you're down gold, I would say denying their snowball, certainly a worthwhile prospect. And now it's all about whether or not this Tahm Kench can actually bring down the mid Leona. Nimhain, no smite this time. No Maokai either. But he's still on a tank and he's still trying to turn it around. Unopen, in danger. And unfortunately for him, now no longer endangered, but actually extinct species in that mid lane.
Truly a disaster, this mid lane situation. This Leona pick is truly paying off for, I think I'd say both sides. One of the more superior supports.
It doesn't seem to be paying off super well in the top lane though, right? Another death for her. 1 and 2 into this game, and that makes it 8 and 2 overall. It's
a rough time, I guess.
Lead.
Yeah, and you really do hate to see it.
You do hate to see it.
I guess potentially maybe some execution could have been done a little bit better, but overall not horrible. It's definitely a winnable game for both sides, I would say. Like, this purple team definitely has a lot of tools to get back into the game, and then honestly, there's no true cores other than maybe this AP Leona we can see, so the late game damage is not that scary coming out of this blue side.
Yeah, the late game damage isn't the scary part. The problem is getting to the late game, right? The tank composition with that Tahm Kench on both sides means that there's always going to be that danger of the late game bruiser Tahm Kench bringing down your tank. The problem being, right, one side only has heals to combat that, the other side has even more engaged. The Blitzcrank, the Wombo combo with the Morgana, and the Fiddlesticks means that there could be the potential for a late game teamfight composition actually being set up. When anti-gravity is getting stunned for that long, it just doesn't matter. He gets brought down instantly, and Invader might be doing the same thing. A big shield to keep him safe for a little bit, but the shield falls off, the health falls down, and he falls victim to yet another creative play. In fact, first signs of life we've seen in quite some time from this red team.
Really going at it, really looking for some sort of way back into the game, and you can say that was potentially one of the first successful plays that they've tried to bring us, or tried to bring it back close. Now, looking at it, do you really expect any of these teams have a significant advantage looking towards the objectives like Rift Herald
The
Dragon?
objectives are hard to say, right?
Yeah,
It's all about who gets the rotations off first, because the problem being, Soraka, if the fight goes too long, she becomes insanely strong. They have Soraka, Sona, plus the Yumi for heals. And if it goes too long, if it goes, to be a place where they're taking long fights, they're not getting, an instant kill, they're not getting burst, of course they're going to win the fight because they've got 3 healers. But if the fight's short, vicious, and it just ends, then yeah, things are going to work out very well for the red side because they've got stuns, they've got CC, they've got damage, they've got another kill in the top lane. The flash forwards might not have caught him, but that point and click silence does for yet another kill onto the top lane. Soraka, the Leona, even though she's up CS, even though she's got the AD build as opposed to the AP mid lane Leona build, I like this a bit more. I think that it falls into their teamfight style quite well because you're just trying to clear. You're trying to separate somebody out, make them not be able to just bring 5 people in. Ooh, stun in a rotation and a lock to get it in.
Yeah, you can see there another display of the CC that this blue team really shows.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult for this red team to do very much, especially when they're so split up, right? Like, with this CC, they just lock 1 or 2 members down, and there's really not much skirmish left.
Yeah.
Looking at this
Crazy.
state, definitely a rough point for this blue team. Pretty much every single lane behind. Jungler not doing so hot, and really not too many signs of life. So, what do you suggest that they really look for to try and bring it back?
That's hard to say, right? The problem is, it's not just a one lane problem, right? It's been essentially consistent out rotation issue that they've just been faced with. They've been getting beat to fights. They've been getting beat to a bunch of situations. And it's just I don't really know what to say, It's just if you're getting beat to every single situation, the only thing to do is just to get faster. So you got to move fast, you got to leave lane faster, you got to shove out earlier. And if you do that, maybe things start to turn around. But it's not a huge deficit. 3K, not anything worth writing home about, and especially when you consider the fact that this Leona is starting to get a lot of damage down in the top lane. I mean, you look at Huge Lovehammer, what can he really do, If he misses his if he misses his Q, right? Doesn't get the healing off. That's his majority of his damage for the next 4 seconds, 5 seconds. The silence not stopping the Leona. It doesn't matter if you throw the silence down because Leona just doesn't care. She walks around it, she has auto attacks. The only thing you can do is just wait. So split push, potentially a boon for them. Unopen might actually be AFK here.
Yeah.
Might be some connection issues.
From what we've seen, given that this is a blind pick game, it's actually, we can't pause.
Oof.
And so we're just gonna have to hope that Unopen reconnects.
Oof. That's I didn't think about that actually. God King Michael might have met his maker as well with the Tom Kench from behind him. Those rotations have been making them pay quite dearly, in fact, because every time they find themselves in a slightly winning situation, you just hear the Tom Kenchel, he devours himself and just reappears right next to them. So, unfortunate to say the least.
Yeah, and missing this Tom Kench really does hurt the purple team's rotation abilities.
Oh yeah.
And then they're missing another one of those big front lines, so it truly is a really hard.
Bunch of ultimates, AP damage, it's just too much, right? Even if you can get some kind of damage back, right? And that's 1 kill, but for 2, not really the look you're looking for, right? It'd be really good if you had another member there. And unfortunately, this Tom Kench, just not there. It's just not present.
Not exactly the type of play you want to see from one of your core members.
Yeah.
And doesn't look like there's any signs of the return from this Tom Kench. So missing that, it's gonna be a real rough time. And barring if he doesn't come back, honestly, the odds are not looking very good. Right?
Just waiting, right? Here's the engage
Exactly.
again. Oh, wait. The flash is down, but it doesn't matter, actually. And that's a dead Soraka. 32-second death timers at 15 minutes. At 15 minutes, these death timers are so long. People are off the map for half a minute at a time. That's so much gold that they're just not getting. With the Tahm Kench gone, things are going from bad to worse. The fights are going wrong. The game is going wrong. And unfortunately for this purple side, they are in the wrong place at the wrong time. The supportal combat has not been in their favor.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting for it.
Well, we're still waiting.
What a difficult game.
It really is a rough one. And there are some signs of life for this red team, but really is not. It's not going to be an easy time missing this Tahm Kench.
No. Not at all. That's the real problem, right?
Mm-hmm. If we bring the Tahm Kench back, I think it'd still be a pretty close game.
The close game, I mean, until you fight a 4v5 and then you realize you just gotta ask them to send one of their dudes out. Just
leave.
Just send somebody off.
Just sacrifice.
Leave a member out of the game. Tell them to go get a beer. You know, take some time off.
Get a beer, relax a little.
Yeah, you can tell somebody to get a beer. That's E for all ages, right? That's fine. Okay. Just
Exactly.
making sure.
Mature.
Yeah, that's fine.
Get a beer flavored candy with no actual alcohol content.
Go get a root beer. Ah, that's the Nintendo way. Ah. Got it.
We love root beer.
We love root beer here.
Root beer floats.
Root beer floats, don't front on those. Those are fantastic, actually.
That's the move.
That is the move. Go get a root beer float, because honestly, everyone needs a root beer float. Let's be real.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that is actually what our Tahm Kench went to do, is just make himself a root beer float. But I think if you got the part, I think he's just making his own ice cream.
Yeah.
And that's what's taking so long.
It's true.
Oh man, but looking at it, this Yuumi ADC is doing surprisingly well.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage actually, and that's been the weird outlier of this game, I guess. It's just how fantastically the Yuumi has been doing, and how little of it has to do with the auto attacks.
Yeah,
right? The auto attacks are just for bringing down a turret. In reality, it's all just about the fact that Yuumi is super numerically strong. She's been doing incredibly well at just healing people up even without items. And basically, as an AD, something that you notice a lot is you tend to be very aggressive. You tend to play like you're going to hard carry the game because that's the mentality of all of them. And so being able to go in, get out by jumping to an ally, and then becoming untargetable while doing it, that's a dream come true. So, not saying it's meta breaking, but certainly saying that people might be giving this a little bit of a look. You know, if you're an off meta player, you enjoy doing stuff that's a little outside the box. Kindred, that's old news. This is what we got.
No, this is the move. Because you're crazy strong. You get up strong. And then your numbers are super high, and if at any point you ever feel threatened, you just hide in your team. And the enemy team literally can't do anything about it.
They can't do anything about it. Actually, they can. Mordekaiser can banish you to the Shadow Realm now. Next patch or 2 patches from now, banish you to the Shadow Realm. That'll be insane.
That'll be... He's actually just looking to duel. Yeah, but Mordekaiser's just like... Do. You know?
Yeah. Basically.
Especially when he's part of that band, the heavy rock dueling. This is Rock Band on a whole new level, man.
It's Rock Band. Same. You know, same. Sometimes Rock Band is just real life, right? It's a microcosm. It's a metaphor for human existence.
Oh, absolutely. The commentary on our existence.
It's because what it comes down to is just the race for star power. You know, stardom. It's just speaking to the modern, basically fallacy of Twitch, right? We're trying to be famous, but we're not trying to be famous. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to look like you're trying too hard, because if you
Yeah,
do,
we just want to be.
then you run out of your star power too early.
There's a big difference here.
Unless you view bot, in which case you can become a really popular Fortnite streamer in like 2 days. Just saying.
Not that we're
Not that we're saying anything.
No commentary there. No tea, no shade.
No, absolutely nothing. This ain't some
And,
like, you know, YouTube beef, like
Oh no,
some,
never.
you know, Indian music label or anything. We ain't got none of that.
All right.
What we do have is we have beginning of the end of a very sad game, and unopen.
Really heartbreaking.
His computer remains unopened because he remains not in the game, and for all the time he committed and all of his service, we salute you and your internet.
A real man of the people.
People's champion, for sure.
Showed up, went to lane, died a couple times, then left.
Got kills.
Man of the people.
He got kills. 2 and 3. That's the best KDA we've seen on this side.
Oh, absolutely. And you know,
Yeah.
you really can't spot anyone doing particularly bad on this red team. You really have to say it was a team effort.
Yeah, it was a team effort, you know?
And there's not really one person you can isolate and say that guy had a bad game. You know, it was a really close game. It was really really could have gone to either side, honestly. And it was only because of the DC that the game went the way it did.
Absolutely. Well, the game's not over yet, so that's another preview. By the way, we kept our time travel project. We didn't actually return that at all, so the BBC might sue us later. But for now, we got the future news right here, right now, and that means that even after this beautiful fight, even after this fantastic victory that they had, getting a great kill, they're still not going to be able to win this game. And anti-gravity, what a fear!
mean,
But
it definitely could go in the favor of this.
oh
red
wait,
team.
yeah, wait. We had an error before, where it wasn't correct. Remember? It's like exactly like the plot of the movie, right?
Yeah, there's some.
Something
I'm
he's
getting
gonna-
some false
even know it
news.
yet.
I'm getting some fake news from the future here.
Yeah.
There's some paradoxes going around. It's a little weird. It's hard to say for sure exactly how the future will pan out.
And Unopen has just left the game.
Lovely. We can now say that he's
It
closed.
just said that he's officially DC'd. He's officially out of the game. Good night.
and we've changed his name to Closed.
And closed for business. We are indeed, because this is game number 2. It's going to go down. The supportal combat in the favor of blue side. In the best of 2s, they have proven themselves supreme. The coach's Showmatch actually might have had a less salt production than normal, which is not good for our business, right?
No,
So
never.
we're going to have to change this. We're going to make it a best of 5 tryhards only next time. See if we can't get those numbers back up. But for now, we're going to see the Nexus drop down. And for that, we're going to say thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your comments below if you like this video.
And we'll catch y'all in the next one.
That's the exit music.